Good day world and welcome back to Stuff We Do, where we do all the knife stuff you love. Knife reviews, knife tests, knife modifications and outdoor stuff with knives. Excuse me. Okay, I want to talk to you about Ganzos. These Ganzos. Yeah, I split apart a few pieces of circle boss just to make a little fire. It's extremely hot, so there's no use to this fire, it's just I like fire. So let me show you what I've been up to this weekend. Okay, this is a Kruitjie-roer-my-nie. I want to show you this thing. Look at the little leaves when you touch them. Okay, nothing happens. That's not supposed to be like that. Right, get angry, you little blonde. Get angry. Let's take one of the small ones. Okay, this is a Kruitjie-roer-my-nie. I can't find the English translation for the name, but this thing, when you touch it, it closes its little leaves. It's supposed to, but this one is very angry. Angry little plant. Okay, nothing is happening. Okay, well, it closes its leaves. I'm not sure why it does that. I suppose it's some kind of plant magic.
It's to get the water closest to the stem.
Okay, to get the water closer to the stem. You see the little leaves are flattening themselves. Magic. Ta-da! Okay, it's only when I touch it that it doesn't want to do it. Wait, it's doing it slowly. Okay. Okay, these Ganzos. This was the last one I got. Remember, this was a, what do you call it, assisted opening Ganzo. And I said it's quite nice, but it reminds me of another Ganzo. Okay, now this is the G620 Ganzo. Oh, and this pocket clip. This one had a pocket clip like that, but I switched it out to a, I think this was like a fake Spyderco clip. Can you see I could not get all the screws to fit, but it's, yeah, we'll talk about that one now. Anyway, this is a wonderful knife. Now, I do not like assisted knives, but this thing is super snappy. Okay, now why did this one remind me of this one? Because look at this. Okay, let me just get the number for you first. This is the focus G625. Okay, that even sounds close. Okay, when you look at these, both of them are like a saber grind, well, maybe a slight hollow grind. Okay, hollow grind there, and then it's like halfway up the blade. The one blade is way thinner than the other one. Lengthwise, they are pretty close. And then if we look at the scales, the scalloping, that was the main reason. Okay, this one does have a lanyard hole at the back, this one does not. And then they both had similar clips. I just swapped out this clip because I used this thing for hard use, and the clip it had on it was quite annoying. Okay, if you want to see all the specs, excuse me, scratchy throat. If you want to see all the specs on these two, just Google the numbers I just read to you, and then you should see the previous videos that I made of them. Okay, both of these knives are wonderful. Okay, now I said I do not like assisted ones, but this one doesn't feel too bad when opening and closing it. This one is not assisted. So this one actually has quite fantastic action if you consider this thing is running on washers. Okay, I think both of them are running on washers. That's one of the things I do appreciate about Ganzos. Let me show you this first, and then we will say why I think they make excellent hard use knives. Okay, look at the blade shapes. Not the shape itself, but the cutting edge or the cutting profile. Do you see? Very similar. Okay, now this is the Ontario Rat 1. Now mine is in D2. I love this knife. This is My favorite hard-working knife ever. Okay, but now look at the liners on these two. I'm actually pretty sure the Ganzo has got it beat a little bit. Okay, the Rat does have a bigger handle, and we always want bigger blades, but when you are working with a knife, a bigger handle is definitely not a bad thing. Now, one thing I must say, the Rat has never been an uncomfortable knife. You can choke up, you can do whatever you want with this knife, so I love my Rat. But this knife, the handle is quite thick, and a thick handle might not always be wonderful, but when you're actually carving wood for a while or delimbing small trees, whatever, and you have to use it in the same way for a very long time, then you will start appreciating this fat handle. If it gives you more to hold onto, your hand won't fatigue as quickly. This one is smaller, but still not bad. Beautiful contoured scales, beautiful big handle. And for some other reason, this pocket clip is not as bad as the one over here. I think it's maybe just the placement. And remember, we all have different hands. So maybe in my hand it feels uncomfortable, but in yours it's fine. So yes, do what you need to do to make the knife that you use work for you. If you have to take off a pocket clip and use it as a pocket dropper or in a toolbox or something, do that. Okay, like I said, I took this, I cannot remember where I got this clip. I think this was like a fake Spyderco clip that I tried to modify at some stage, and then I just threw it into my box of broken knife parts, and then I could get it to fit on here. And now I'm using it because it feels way nicer in hand. Now, like I said, these phosphor bronze knives, if you use them for long enough, they polish those washers so much that eventually they become super awesome and smooth and whatnot. Okay, both of these knives, solid knives, great work knives, and extremely inexpensive. Like I said, I cannot remember the actual amounts. So if you want to see the video on this thing, just Google G6. Oh, what does that say? G625. Ganzo G625, and you should see my video about it or somebody else's. Go check out whatever videos you want. And this one is the G620, same thing. Go check out whatever reviews you can on these. But if you can find them, I have a link to TorchSA in my description. If you click on that and go there, maybe you get a deal, maybe I get something, not 100% sure, but I would appreciate that. The guy from TorchSA is a wonderful guy, so help him out anyway. Yes, so if you're in the market for Ganzos, like I said, these are not high-end knives, although some of them are getting quite pricey these days. But they are fantastic knives, and definitely for a work knife or for something you can use every day without saying, oh no, I don't want to scratch my blade, or I'm afraid it's going to rust, or some or other nonsense that you would care about if it's an expensive knife. You will not have to worry about that while using one of these. Okay, so yesterday we were at a braai. This morning we made stew. I cannot remember. We did so many things these last few days. Yeah, I'm just going to add a lot of things to this video. If you want to follow along, check that out. And if you are tired of listening to me at this stage, then enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Goodbye. Let me show you this awesome thing. Not the wine rack, this thing. Apparently you call this a varkie. Okay, so you can make little eyes and nose on it. But it's like a little oven. So you put this over your coals. Put coals on top and on the sides. And then it's like a little oven. Cheese for something. Mushrooms for something. I think I know what the cheese might be for. God. Okay, so it's not going to be pizza. It's going to be wonderful bread. Pizza bread. Pizza bread?
Yeah,
Pizza bread.
something like that.
Okay, the fire is dying down.
Okay, this is of 20 minutes.
20 minutes into our magical bread. Oh
Just
goodness.
gonna turn it around a bit. Like browns evenly.
This thing looks done. This was like 30 minutes and then we forgot about it. Now let's see what it looks like when we cut it. First some thin wors for the kids. And then we have Chizunyama beef short ribs. We have a dinosaur leg, I think. And yes, big chuck. And chickens. And this is what this looks like once it's cut. Mmm, delicious. So here's the piece of chuck, or aka dinosaur leg, and it's spiced with a secret blend of spices. We'll talk about that in a different video. And let me show you what's on the fire. Okay, here we have a dead trash monkey. Oh, trash panda, sorry, I got that wrong. This is apparently a dog toy. I was really under the impression that it was... Look at this thing. This is magical. But apparently I can't braai this one. Okay, so the kids' wars are done, so we're gonna do the rest now. And then on the fire we have these little guys. I can't remember. Some type of beef rib or something, I think. I don't know, my wife bought it. Okay, so we are taking off the... I think it's beef rib, I don't know. And then I need to show you this guy's pants. Look at that. Party pants. Okay, so dinosaur leg in there, and then we are marinating it with either tri-tick or lemon juice, I am not sure. To keep the flies off or to make it soft. Hey, dinosaur leg done. Look at that. Delicious. And the sharks is leading.